I'm convinced that this picker doesn't like me. I just want to pick one basket of cotton. Just one time. So I'm not freezing my butt off sitting on a module builder and it doesn't want to work. It just doesn't like me. I don't know what I've ever done to it. Nothing. Never talk bad about her. Today we have moved to another farm and it is the Kelly, Zach, and Paige show. Matt is at the doctor this morning. He has a CT scan and an ultrasound. So I'm gonna drive the picker and Roy's over here helping. And then we have woman power on this. And because we're in the city, everybody keeps staring and waving at us. We're just like, hi, hello. Oh, look at her. So we're getting the heads cleared out and then we're going to service the Nellie Marie. Oh my gosh, she's a hot mess. Look at this. Come here. That's your dog, man. Zach just brought the other module builder over. Hi. And then we're gonna service the picker and get everything moved. Go ahead. Come on, work. Go ahead, you go clean the You've already taught her how to pull tarps off, so there you go. So we got to turn each one of these heads and clean them out. Paige has already got these two done, and I'm working on this one, and we're fueling everything up. I'm kind of excited I get to drive the picker. I can't walk, but also kind of nervous. It's been like a year. But it's kind of like riding a bike, right? I hope so. It's also really cold out here today. It's looking like really good cotton too. Hi, Zach.
Can you go ahead and throw me that hammer?
Yeah. Oh, is that one acting like a fool again? Here. You want me to throw it? Oh my God. All right, Thor. Uh-oh. Somebody got in trouble. It's always a circus around here. So apparently the heads are not engaging to grease it after we do everything. And when I put it in gear, the alarm goes off and the switches aren't lighting up. So called Matt and he has no idea what's going on. That's the only thing left to do. I just want to pick cotton. We're getting that ready to go. We're gonna bush hog and then still have a basket to put in the builder. So you gotta love it. Maybe it's cold, I don't know. Why don't you want to work today? She doesn't like me, apparently. I'm nice to you. What the crap? Ah! So Matt just got out of his CT scan and he'll be here in just a few minutes.
What's up, YouTube? We don't have much going on today. We're just over here picking some of this fine Tennessee cotton. We got moved up to Madison County late last night. We got a little bit better ground up here. We had a little bit more rain at the right time this summer, and we've got some fantastic yields. This farm I'm on now is a new farm too. It's the first year we've ever grown anything on it. We've got a brand new cotton variety that's brand new for this year. Vitagen 400 W3FE. So far this farm is averaging about 1,300 pounds an acre, which is a little over 2.5 bales an acre. And for here in West Tennessee dry land, 2.5 bales an acre is an exceptionally good yield. So we got good weather, nice breeze, mild temperatures, no equipment problems, so everything is rolling along good. Today we're doing variety plots for the University of Tennessee. Basically we got, I think, 23 or 24 different cotton varieties out here from different manufacturers, and we're just measuring the yield, and then later on they're going to measure the lint quality to determine They put it in a publication that farmers can look at to help them decide what varieties to plant next year based on yield and profit potential. While we're doing those plots, we're going to do a little bit different type of video today than what we normally do. On some of our earlier videos, we've had quite a few questions that I want to dive in a little deeper about our equipment and some other stuff, and hopefully answer some of those questions for you. First of all, before you watch the rest of this video, if you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend you go watch a video I put out earlier this winter. It's called How a Cotton Picker Works, and it's a very detailed description of how the cotton picker actually picks the cotton. Got a bunch of good video actually showing the process, so what I'm about to say, you might be able to understand it a little bit better if you watch that video first. I'll put a link to it right here somewhere. Probably the most common question we had on previous videos is, the first video showed me actually putting water in the cotton picker, and they want to know what the water's for. The water on the cotton picker actually serves two purposes. The first one is cotton is actually attracted to water. So on the cotton picker heads, there's a set of pads that the spindles gently rub under as they go around, and it moistens the spindle. So a damp spindle will actually pick cotton more effectively and more cleanly, and it helps the cotton picker do a better job. The second big reason is that as the spindles are brushing through the cotton plant, the plant itself is full of sap, and the cotton and the spindles will quickly get that sap built up on them, and they'll get real sticky, and they don't do a very good job of picking cotton or letting the cotton release from the spindle. So the water solution actually cleans the spindle to keep it picking good. Another question was, what exactly is a module builder? Cotton when it's harvested is real loose and bulky, and the volume of cotton that we're producing, it can be difficult to transport it from the field to the gin. And the gin is a plant that runs the cotton through the machinery and actually separates the seed from the lint in the trash. So one of the problems that we got is actually getting the cotton to the gin in an efficient and cost-effective manner. We used to the only way to get cotton to the gin was to dump the loose cotton into trailers, and then you'd have to haul it. However, as bulky as cotton is, you had to have you actually had to have a lot of trailers to be able to haul that volume of cotton. And typically, back in those days, we would employ people to do what we call tromping cotton, which is after the cotton picker dumped in the cotton trailer, you have people walk up and down the cotton trailer just trying to pack the cotton down to where you could fit more cotton in the trailer and have to make fewer trips to the gin. About probably around 35, 40 years ago, someone invented the module builder. And what it is it's about a 35-foot long cube that we dump the cotton into. And then it's got a hydraulic tramper on the top that moves back and forth with a press that goes up and down. And after we dump the cotton into the module builder, someone will operate the bridge and the tramper to compact the cotton. And what it does is it allows us to haul more cotton in a tighter package, so you don't have to make as many trips to the gin. And it actually packs the cotton tight enough to where once the module builder pulls off the module, the module is actually freestanding. There's nothing holding it together other than the pressure of it being compact. The invention of the module builder really improved the harvest efficiency, because it always seemed like when we were using trailers, you could never have enough trailers on hand, especially if you were in good cotton. You're always waiting on the gin to empty one of your trailers so you could get it and take it back to the field. So with a module builder, we're no longer relying on the gin to gin our cotton in a quick manner, because the modules are freestanding and the modules can sit there for as long as they need to be. Now I want to give you just a little bit of a science lesson about cotton while we got some daylight left, which is fading fast. Cotton is a very unique plant. It's actually really fascinating. A lot of plants are kind of boring. They kind of work the same as a lot of other plants, but cotton is really remarkable. For one thing, it's not an annual plant. It's supposed to be a perennial plant, meaning that it's like a tree. It comes back year after year. Now, however, in our climate, it does kill over the winter, so it can't be annual that way. It's a very woody plant. It's a bushy plant. Actual cotton itself, the cotton fibers actually grow from the seed that is being produced. So you got your cotton boll on the plant, and that's basically the container that the cotton and the seeds grow in. And after that boll is pollinated, the seeds are the first thing that's produced. And then as those seeds grow, the actual cotton fiber grows out of the seed, pretty much like the hair on your head. So it's really unique. Cotton as a commodity is also different from a lot of other crops in that we can get paid a premium, or we can get docked based on quality. A lot of the other commonly grown commodities are not that way. There's a lot of factors that really count on when it determines how much we get paid for our cotton. First thing is that a bale of cotton weighs, technically it weighs 480 pounds. But they typically range between 480 and 500 pounds once it comes out of the gin. And it's 480 pounds of lint, not 480 pounds of seed cotton. There's a bunch of different factors that go in that determine the price that we get for cotton. The basis for what we get paid is whatever we sell it for on the futures market. But that price that we get that's determined on the futures market is for what we call a base grade. Now the price we actually receive can go up or down from that base grade depending on the quality of our cotton. Quality of cotton is determined by several different factors. You got the staple length, which is how long the fibers are. Generally, the longer the fibers, the better the quality is. You got your micronair, which is the thickness of all those fibers, and really there's a middle range on what's considered a premium micronair. You don't want your fibers too thick, and you don't want your fibers too thin. You got the color of the cotton. The whiter the cotton is, the more preferable it is. You got your uniformity, which is how uniform all the fibers are. You got the leaf grade, which is how much trash is in the cotton after it's gin. Gin is not going to get 100% of the trash out. It'll get the majority of it out, but it's not going to get 100% of it out. You got the strength. Obviously, the stronger the fiber is, the better it is. And then we want to make sure that there's not any other foreign materials in there, like bark or plastic or oil, anything like that. You get anything like that in there, it will seriously downgrade your cotton price. The prices we get for cotton can typically range anywhere from 3, 4, 5 cents below the base grade to 3, 4, 5 cents above the base grade, depending on the cotton. And different manufacturers look for different qualities of cotton. A lot depends on what they're actually making. Someone who's making denim is not necessarily looking for real high quality cotton. They can get by with the cheaper grades. Someone who's making fine linens, like stuff that's claimed to be Egyptian cotton, they're looking for the highest quality cotton. They're looking for the super long fiber cotton, the real nice texture cotton with high thread counts. Something else I want to talk about is cotton itself. I know most people, when they're at stores, they really don't pay attention to the tags and see what their clothing or whatever materials they are is made out of. I really want to encourage y'all to be conscious when you go to the stores to buy cotton. I mean, cotton is the world's most plentiful natural fiber. It's a very sustainable fiber, and it's getting more sustainable every year as farmers get better with their practices. I know synthetic fibers have really become popular lately, but when you actually research it and look into it, the synthetic fibers, your polyester, your rayons, your spandex, all that stuff is basically a form of plastic. And you know what plastic comes from? It comes from an oil drum. It's made from oil. So really like for y'all to be more conscious about the products you're buying. Your synthetic fibers are real bad about polluting the environment during the laundering process. The fibers that rub off every time the clothing is laundered do not break down in the environment, and it's becoming a really big source of pollution. So, and for me myself, you know, cotton is one of the greatest fibers in the world. It's lightweight, it's warm, it's breathable, it absorbs moisture, and it's also renewable. We're producing a lot of it every single year. And just for me personally, you know, I much prefer the feel of cotton on my body. I don't much care for polyester. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't absorb sweat. I just don't like it. When a merchant goes to buy cotton, he's not necessarily looking for cotton from one producer or even one region. They're looking for cotton with specific qualities. Each bale has a sample that's been sent off to the classing offices, and each bale has a grade. So they're looking for however many number of bales they want that have these particular qualities. After my cotton is ginned, it will be stored in a warehouse along with many other producers' cotton. And when a merchant decides they want cotton with specific qualities, they'll pull up the bale list from the warehouse where my cotton is stored, and they might see that I've got like 5 bales or 10 bales of cotton that's got the fiber qualities that they want. They might see another producer that's got 20 bales and so on, and they'll buy just those bales with the fiber qualities that they want. Another thing to remember when talking about buying cotton is that looking at the label on a piece of clothing is not necessarily indicative of where that cotton came from. About 90, I think a little over 90% of the cotton we produce in the U.S. is actually exported overseas. There's very few textile mills actually left in the U.S., mainly because the labor overseas is so much cheaper. So if you see a piece of clothing and it says made in China or made in Taiwan or made in Vietnam, that doesn't actually mean you're buying foreign cotton. There's a very good chance that the cotton actually came from the U.S. because the United States is actually, I believe the United States is the 3rd largest producer of cotton in the world. And I believe the Cotton Council told me that any clothes you buy, generally from Vietnam, they're real big buyers of American cotton. So just looking at the label where it came from, just because it says it was made overseas somewhere, there's still a very good chance that it's got American cotton in it. The biggest thing you want to look at on the label is make sure it's actually got cotton on the label and it's not polyester or rayon or spandex. Well, I believe that's going to conclude your science lesson for the day. Quickly running out of daylight to film in. Plus I'm having, it seems like my stuttering has flared up pretty bad today. Having a hard time putting coherent thoughts together. Getting pretty tired from being in the field all these days, so I'm going to end it right here. I know it's a little bit different type of video than what y'all are used to, but hopefully you found it informative, and hopefully next time you go to the store you'll keep some of what I said in the back of your mind, and hopefully you'll buy more cotton in the future. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. I'm going to end this video with all those action shots that I promised you. These shots are the type of shots actually that we began our YouTube channel out back in 2016. We started out by making harvest videos that were set to music, mainly as a way for me to preserve the memories of that harvest, so I could go back years from now and see what harvest actually looked like back then. Go go back and see the equipment we were using at that point. And also, I just wanted to be able to share the beauty that we see in harvest. I'd like to want to be able to share it with the public. Here in the last year, our channel has taken a pretty big turn in direction. We've realized the potential we have for educating Americans about agriculture, commercial agriculture, hopefully dispelling a lot of the many myths and untruths that's propagated out there. So, anyway, I hope you found this video interesting and educational, and we'll close it out with some great shots of us working here in the field.